Glugstat. 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 There are actually companies that have expanded from Jackson and put locations in Glugstat, and they call it their Madison location because they know that nobody can spell Glugstat or pronounce it. So it actually is in Madison. It's like North Madison, which Madison is just north of Ridgeland, and Ridgeland is just north of Jackson. So about 20 miles outside of Jackson, 20 miles outside of Jackson. Madison is a suburb and has experienced huge growth in the last 15 years. You know, mega Walmarts and Sam's and everybody's moving to Madison. But there is an area, which is where we're going now, that borders between Madison and Canton, which is actually in Madison County. Still following me there? And it is called Glugstat. Glugstat. It's kind of a silent CK. And stat. You pronounce it like stat, like your statistics or stat. Stat. Ignoring the D. And not really hip on the whole history of it, but it is German. Yeah. Don't know why. Lived here all my life. Actually grew up in Madison. Used to hang out in Glugstat and Canton because that's where some of my friends lived. In this area right here that was nothing like this back then. Oh, I need to call a customer. Shoot. Okay, so where was I? Oh, Glugstat, German, yeah. Used to be a bunch of German fest out here every year, but it's kind of slacked off. It is, as Madison has expanded northern, or expanded every which way, but they have built schools to accommodate the neighborhoods, like off to the right up here after we get past this commercial area. There are neighborhoods, and then where we're going is older neighborhood area. So with the expansion, they needed more schools, and you know, yada yada yada. Next thing you know, you have just rapid expansion. So we are going to a house that a realtor lost a key for. Realtors are one of our biggest sources of income. Some of them are good with keys, some of them are not so good with keys. So we always appreciate the business, and we are going to assist one that lost keys to a house. Well, if you have multiple houses to keep up with, sometimes it just happens. So had to go make a key. We've done several jobs for over the years. However, I still have to verify the leasing agreement as part of your job, no matter how well you know somebody, unless they are literally a daily customer or monthly customer. But you can check realtor's license and the whatever agreement, whether they're managing it or whether they're selling it or renting it, whatever the case is, they'll have some kind of paperwork, and that would match their realtor's license, which I'm pretty sure in all 50 states is required. So anyway, we're going to go do that, and then I have to go, actually this was called in after Glugstat, I got to go to Canton, but unfortunately I got to go like 30 miles the other way, directly behind where I'm going now. So basically from one end of Canton to the other, because this is kind of where I'm going now is kind of southern Canton. It's like the border between Glugstat and Canton, or Madison and Canton. So we will be there shortly, and just going to locate the easiest lock to take apart to make keys for. She's naturally going to want to go through the front door, but if you go around the house, sometimes you can find a knob where you can pick the knob and take it off and make a key from it. So hopefully you won't have to go through the Schlage deadbolt. If so, I'm going to get my Zen picking skills again. Much as I expected, that was a Schlage handle set. This is all new too. It was very new hardware. Probably within the last 4 years or so. And it was Schlage, a mostly vacant house. There was nothing but like furnishings in there. And yeah, front door handle said deadbolt only, so we went around. I took her around back after explaining to her why. And the back had like 5 doors, all with the Schlage. I think it's a Latitude. It's kind of a cool looking handle shape now. I believe it's the Latitude style, and picked it very quickly, maybe 20 seconds. I just raked it a few times and it turned. Doesn't matter which way it turns because you can pop it off if it's locked or unlocked. As long as the plug is turned, it allows you to depress the pin because the back of the plug is oval shaped, and when you turn it either which way, the cutout of the oval lets the pin drop to pull the lock off. So locked, unlocked, it doesn't matter which way you turn it. Pull the plug out, decoded it, cut it, and I nailed it on the first one. So and it was the same key as the front door. So and you could kind of tell because it was all new hardware. There wouldn't make any sense to put all the new hardware on and not have it keep the same. So I'm going to wrap this part up. Now I'm going, like I said earlier, across, way across, going into Flora now, which is kind of like North Madison, other side. All the way on the other side. But I will yap long enough for you to check out the kid, as a teenager growing up around here, we always saw those and we're like, oh yeah, they're like weird things, you know, like stuff's in there. Well, yeah, stuff. It's what you call it? That cold stuff. Damn, cat got my tongue. Not nitrogen, but well, maybe nitrogen. Helium. Can't remember the name of it. I'll go back on the video and see. I think nitrogen, maybe. Whatever it is cold, so those are the insulated thingies for it. Anyway, I got to charge my phone, and we got a bit of a country drive to do, so. Well, we're about 10 miles along from where we were just a minute ago, and about to cross over a busy-ish intersection, and then we're going to go back down to this 2-lane. This is old Madison country. again, just like the last one, instead of Gluckstadt-Canton border, this is Madison, Flora border. And there's lakes out here. A lot of people buy land out here, have bought, I should say. Have bought land out here. Actually, I may probably end up doing the same thing, to tell you the truth, just because I'm so in tune with the area. But I never could see myself living in Madison. Again, I used to. But if anywhere in Madison, this is like right on the outskirts. Technically, it's Flora. Maybe, but I don't know. I kind of left the Madison, or I should say the Madison lifestyle kind of left me a long time ago. However, we do have a lot of customers out here. I grew up out here again. Don't wish to renew that, even though it does. I like the lake area. That's the only thing I like about it, and that would be what I would do if we were going to buy a house on a lake. Very doubtful. That was a raccoon, looked like. So here's our busy intersection, and I'm going to swoop right over. Chapel of the Cross, which is a old historic church. Just to the left here that you did not really see. Hold on. Dangerous crossing. Okay. Because they go fast right there. That barn thing's been there forever. Oh, somebody turned behind me. Shoot. This road is really rough. And it's twisty and windy. And this customer lives about 2 miles down this road. So, and I've been out here before, but until I get right up on the gate, some of these gates all look familiar because we do have a lot of customers that are out in this area. So I've gone to many of these houses and stuff, even these big pretty ones right here. That guy's a really nice guy too. So anyway, we'll see y'all later. I got to put on 2 Wiser power bolts where old Wiser power bolts were, and I can't film it, privacy thing, so don't really do it at the residences that are not too vacant. Anyway, see you shortly. See what I mean about twisty windy? Navigation's gonna take over here in a sec, hilariously. So, but yeah, see, there's a little lake. Oh, I don't know. Did y'all see that little lake? There's a little lake right there. We're circling around the lake right now in a roundabout fashion, circling around land. It's like, wait a minute, I gotta go. No, where are we going? I gotta go back the other way. I guess we'll drive until navigation starts taking over. That is called Spanish moss, fellas. We are in, I forgot to mention that, we are in the land of Spanish moss. Moss that grows on trees and like dangles down like octopuses. It's actually, people are very protective about that Spanish moss, even though there's tons of it you see on the left here hanging from the trees. That is one of the, quote, unique features of this area. People are very protective over their moss. I remember coming out here as a kid and borrowing it for stuff like high school things.
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
Thank you, navigation. It really helps on these twisty, windy roads. Let's see. Hopefully she's right. Which one is this? Yeah. Okay. Somewhere up here. Alright, guys. See y'all later. And there we have the god-awful result of switching out old Wiser power bolts with Kwikset junk. I mean hardware. I mean, yeah. I mean it, whatever. It was so loud and obnoxious. The smart code 909, the smart code red, humorously enough, is loud and obnoxious. It's like beep, 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 clunk, flunk, ding, clunk, clunk. That's kind of what it sounds like when you unlock it. So like, you know, some houses have nice wood floors and nice ceilings. There's more Spanish moss. Nice wood floors and nice ceilings, and the more furniture and paintings and stuff that like affects the noise. But in some houses, people like a, you know, open, clean area, and especially on older houses with non-conventional foundations, they it echoes. So if you're like in the back of the house, all you hear is beep, 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 beep. Yeah, it's horrible. It's a horrible lock noise. So anyway, I'm going back to the shop. Oh, well, yeah. I actually got an appointment at 12, but I'm ahead of schedules. I'm ahead of the schedules today. I'm ahead by an hour and 10 minutes, actually. Impressive. Oh. I'll tell you what, though, as a teenager, these roads, yeah, surprised we lived through that. But anyway, headed back to Jackson now. Gonna cut through Madison, and may try to grab something to eat on the way back.